What's up, sunshines? It's your girl Alex, and today we're here to talk about modeling. Or at least, where to begin. Sure, I'm not signed, but I have been doing this for about 3 years now, so I think I know a thing or two about finding your light, proper angles, poses, and how to kill it in front of that camera. If you're wondering where the heck am I? I'm in Kuta, Bali, in the hotel called the Capsule Hotel, in a little capsule. This is my room for the next 2 nights before I head off to Hong Kong. So I thought I'd quickly film this before I get too wrapped up eating my weight in noodles. Alright, let's get this thing going! Whether you want to work for clothing companies or just look really good in that group selfie, knowing a couple poses and your angles will help you out a lot. You might have heard the term, know your angle, but what does that even mean? The best angle is different for everyone, depending on your structure and shape of your face. It could be your left side, your right side. I did that wrong, I don't know my sides. Most people don't look the best straight onto the camera, mostly because our faces aren't perfectly symmetrical. So a little bit of angle here and there, or even a tilt down, can make quite a difference. For me, it's to my right on a little downward angle. But I definitely didn't find that off the bat. It took a couple hours, maybe a couple days. But no rush. If you can't find your angle right off the bat, that's okay. Play with it. I recommend hopping in front of the mirror or pulling out your phone on selfie mode and just kind of moving your head around and see what angle you like best. What is most flattering to your face? Pose inspiration. Now my best friend for that is Instagram. I pull up the gram and I spend way too long finding models that I love, that inspire me, that I just look at and be like, she's original. I like it. When I find a pose I like, I double tap that and definitely take a screenshot for later. Then, when I've got a handful of screenshots, I hop in front of that mirror and practice the heck out of them. Now, the number 1 tip I can give you for modeling is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Every type of pose, whether it's really close-up portraits, farther away half bodies, or whatever you call that, or far away full body shots. The more you practice each pose, the less awkward you look, and more the photo shoot will just flow. But if you really want to be that top model, you gotta know how the pose feels without looking in front of the mirror. How you do that? You practice. Keep practicing in front of the mirror until you know what the pose feels like. I found the pose I want to do, close my eyes, and reset. If when I open my eyes, it's not exactly how I want it to look, I'll close my eyes again and reset. And keep going until I've nailed it. Next, facial expressions. If you're modeling for the gram, it's always great to know the classic Instagram look. Is your lips parted and your eyes slightly closed. Now personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this look. I think it's a little overdone, but that's just me. I recommend practicing a whole array of facial expressions. Hop in front of that mirror and practice sultry. Practice wanderlust. Practice being casual. And my favorite, practice your smile. Cause who doesn't love a genuine smile? At the start, it might feel a little weird to smile on command. I know a lot of girls have the photographer make jokes or kind of try and make them laugh, but I think it's also your responsibility to hop in front of that mirror and practice a genuine smile. Now there's many types of smiles to practice. There's that little tiny smirk, show a little bit more teeth, or you could even master the Bella Bushati smile. But remember, do not get stuck on that one Instagram look. I don't care how good you look doing it. Don't do it. Mix it up. Don't do one expression. Please. Please, please, please. Okay, you know your poses. You've mastered a handful of expressions. Now what? Now it's time to hop into the community. There's a whole community on Instagram full of photographers, models, creatives, awesome freaking people. Find some photographers and models that match your style or in your area and start engaging with them. Like their photos, throw some comments in, and reply to their stories. Instagram is a social app, so be social. If you stumble upon that photographer that you really want to shoot with, before you send him that DM, brainstorm a couple things. Think of the style of shoot you want to do, some possible locations, and definitely wardrobe. Once you have all three, then send them to the DM. Don't just slide into their DMs with nothing on the table. Give them something to work with. Give them an idea of what you want to create together. Sometimes I like to make a little Pinterest board of some of the shots that I want to get or the style or mood I'm going for. Not mandatory, it just helps. If you can't find a photographer you want to shoot with, or you just don't have the time to reach out to a bunch of people, that's okay. Invest in a tripod. Find a window with plenty of natural light, like this one, and snap away. It also can make for great practice. I shoot with a Canon EOS M3 only because of the little flip out screen and the Bluetooth capabilities, so I can see what it's looking at on my phone. Pretty freaking handy for self-portraits. Also, the camera is like yay big, so I can travel with it no problem. To finish this video up, I want to give you 3 tips. Tip number 1, always be aware of your lighting. Usually, you want to be facing the light to get rid of all those unflattering shadows. Being aware of your lighting can also mean the time of day. In the morning at sunrise and at sunset, it's such good lighting. It can make a world of a difference. Tip number 2, make that pose interesting. Don't just stand there. Maybe move your shoulders around. Put a hand up. Tilt your head. Swing your hips about. Keep switching it up. Don't just stand right on the camera. This is unflattering. This is interesting. This is ridiculous. Tip number 3, remember to relax. When you hop in front of that camera, take a big breath in, hold it, and release. Maybe do that a couple times. I find too many people, when they first start posing, to clench up. And that was my first reaction too. You're so busy thinking about your face and your posing that you totally forget about these hands. This doesn't look good. This looks a heck of a lot better. That is all the tips I have for you guys today in my little capsule home. Next video will be all about posing your face, your hands, and your hair. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, or even took a couple tips from it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to catch more videos on posing. See you guys next week. Bye.